Peace. Peace, everyone. This is Natou Ma'at, and we are going to get started with the collective Reiki healing portion of this month's of this month's Healing Lights event. Now, as you may know or may not know, if you've joined this space before, or if you've ever had Reiki healing energy performed on you before, you'll know that it is very important to be drinking water to stay hydrated. At this time, it is optional. If you like, you can lay down or you can stay seated. This is going to be about a 5 to 7 minute session of full body Reiki healing. Sometimes I do receive messages of what might have happened, what might have been released, what came through, what messages came through from the angelics, from the sacred ancestral guardians, cosmic guardians. But I will share that if it does come through. If you need to, take a moment to pause this video to get yourself settled, and we are going to begin. When you hear the bell, the session has completed. And we will begin now. Okay. At this time, you can start to open up your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes. I do want to get straight into, first of all, how the energy felt and what came through. The animal totems that came through are unicorn, zebra, and owl. Phoenix came through as well. There is a rebirthing, sort of new beginnings on the rise. It is important to shed the old, release the old. There needs to be a fearlessness in this. Spirit is saying, for those of you who are afraid to be alone, you're not alone. You are reconnecting with your soul purpose. You are fulfilling soul agreements that you made with yourself to complete in this lifetime. I'm hearing it's fitting. It all aligns, and it all will make sense. Why what you were led to believe is life. You came here to make your own definitions on your own time. This is to help to avoid regret in your old age. Trust in the timing and the unfolding and the blossoming of your life. There are things you came to complete as a soul. The energies right now are very supportive of creativity, uniqueness. People are yearning to experience fresh things, new things, things the eyes have not seen before, to hear beautiful messages that have not been heard before, but still connect to the heart. Continue aligning with high vibrating energies. Continue cleansing yourself. Wrapping your head at night. And take your time. If you're reconnecting with spirit, especially within the fall season, take your time. It is not a sprint. It is a process of remembering. And that is what's coming through. There was a lot of light that came in, a lot of encouragement, necessary heat to burn away all that does not align. Continue your good workings. For those who are doing good workings, continue your good workings. You are needed. I give thanks. Thank you for tuning in to the Reiki session, or the Reiki portion of our digital event. My apologies. I am recentering, or I don't know, coming back to my earth body from that channeling. So my speech is a bit off. My apologies, but I am going to turn over the mic to Love, as she will be commencing the Angelic Healing portion. Ashe.
All right, so we're going to get into this angelic light frequency session transmission with Archangel Uriel. I'm centering my energy. I hope that y'all have had your water. You have your water near you. This could be very elevating, but it could be at times like a little bit on the trippy side. There is an aspect to the energies that will be coming through in this transmission that are resetting, lower, like deep conscious anchoring in regards to how you perceive very traumatic events in your childhood. Some of you could have symptoms around the solar plexus area. You could feel a heating up there or an unblocking. If you've been having maybe a lot of fun in your diet and you haven't been putting a lot of healthy food in you, we'll just say, you could experience some digestive upset as the energies seek to clear pathways there, because it's a very, very important place. The solar plexus chakra, our gut, our microbiome is very important to our balance and our positioning in the physical, with how we deal with the energies, how adequately we're able to transmute energies, or whether we're overwhelmed or overcome by them. Some of you could have some release symptoms at the root chakra level. This could make you feel a little swimmy if that's happening with you. You could feel kind of an anesthetic effect for those of you this applies to. And others of you will experience above the third eye, moving up to like the center position of the crown chakra, an offsetting or discharging energy, clearing energies that have been projected onto you with ill intent, really just clearing them off. So some of you could have some dreams that feel kind of like running through an adventure, so to speak. It could just have maybe a soft level of a bizarre feel to it. There's an aspect of appealing to the inner child in this to help you to release some of these energies that really try to put you under the wrong sort of impression about your personal power. As a young child, I'm hearing under age 10 for the majority, and some of you around a range of like age 15 to 17 as being very significant in your life, with attempts to overpower and overtake. With that said, we are getting started with angelic light frequency. Some of you have been having some challenges doing things you really desire to do. The energies coming through from Archangel Uriel and the angelic light frequency transmission energy will be helping you to get back in alignment with your desire to do these things at a heart level, which will make it much easier to actually do these things. Some of you have been getting caught up in analysis paralysis, and also kind of deep, could be some deep thought sessions, right, of thinking about the past. And the present moment is truly significant, but this is more of a waking up to, realizing, remembering you have a future, coming to terms with the past, coming to terms with yourself as a soul in a process of evolution, and accepting that you're perfect as you already are, but these experiences you've passed through assure your growth into a higher harmonic version of you. There's an aspect of more warmth and a bit more carefree energy coming to the heart chakra, being more open to connecting with others and just having enjoyable conversations, friendly level conversations, where it doesn't have to be, going too deep in the depths, where there's risk of getting lost in old patterns that really are not holding the charges of light that your soul is seeking, that you're craving on a heart level. And some of you have had a hard time not kind of getting pulled into maybe the heavier subject matter. And at this point, it is better to look to what is bringing light into the collective, what is more expansive, and remembering that that you're, I was going to say, I don't know if they want me to say light worker, if he wants me to say light worker. Okay, he wants me to say how I say it. That you're bringing light into the collective, your light, your rule book. Trust your inner divine guidance. Trust your higher self that's on a much higher plane of consciousness. And in that, you can't go wrong. Some of you could be feeling tingling under the feet or around the hands. And that is to help you to sleep more deeply and come out of cycles of what feels like anxiety. And releasing the past, there's an aspect of releasing the past surrounding group dynamics. Um, just it could be male and females within a group, just group dynamics of bullying, of seeking to draw energy. Scapegoating is coming up. There's an aspect of you beginning to transmute the energies that were trying to confuse you as you sought to find a good reason to give yourself permission to grow, to be seen, to even be appreciated. There's an aspect for a small percentage of you about a peer group, soul family members from long ago, waiting for you to realize that there's an aspect of like the world being your oyster, that if you choose to play small, like that's what you get to play. But helping you to break through to the idea, or to try to break through the idea to you that you don't have to play small, nor were you designed to, by the divine, by the creator. All right, we're going to be wrapping up. I know this is a quick one. Remember to drink your water. Consider keeping a dream journal for the dreams that are going to be coming in. There's a lot of unlocking of personal empowerment taking place. All right. All right. And that concludes the session. I hope you enjoyed it. Do, again, drink a lot of water. Take some time to be still with yourself. Journaling can be very helpful. These energies are helping you to clear more energy along the Shushumna, right? The chakra column. You know, you have the Ida and the Pingala in Sanskrit, right? In Shushumna, also Sanskrit, the central column of energy, right? That reaches up, into the heavens, really, into the higher planes. Maybe another way to say that for those who would prefer to say it a different way. You could be noticing, take everything as it resonates. This is a collective transmission, but you could be noticing accelerations of a sort, expansion energy in your electromagnetic system. So rather than becoming overly enervated or anxious, becoming aware of your power and kind of discharging in that awareness, discharging what you don't want in your energy field. And that way more of cosmic energy can be surrounding you, as opposed to energy from others that may be more so bullying or more maybe looking to box you in. At the time of this recording, Mars is squaring Pluto in retrograde. So there can be like these attempts to overpower, these attempts to annoy, to enervate, to get something out of other people, from those who maybe feel disempowered. Pardon, I did not put on Do Not Disturb, which is a habit I would love to break. Jupiter, I want to mention, is, in the sign of the Scarab right now. And a lot of the blessings and joys and good fortune we're looking for are in the calm, peaceful water, the waters, the mammalian level of the brain, the connections that matter, where it's peaceful, it's warm, There's a calmness, there's a collectedness, there's a home, there's a belongingness. And this coming into alignment with this energy, if you felt like you've had to be a survivor, can be challenging, but it can be done. So the more that you're opening yourself up to the universe to assist you through the scenes you're passing through on the earth plane at this time, as you journey into the remembering of your potential, you'll be able to find more than what you need along the way. You'll be able to find that it is possible to live a life worth remembering. It is possible to find treasures along the way in this life. But do remember, right, we're here on an earth plane journey, and it's been pretty much guaranteed to us that this is not the last world. There are many other worlds, and beyond this one, on the other side, right? So being in the moment with your situations requires you to have a certain amount of peace and a lot of room within. That's why meditation practices are helpful, stillness, serenity. Because if we're caught in a labyrinth of the mind and we're constantly working equations, and this is coming from someone who really had to have some assistance in breaking that habit, and I still have to be redirected at times. If we're constantly seeking to work on equations, there isn't really a lot of room that we're leaving for peace. And if we've attached peace to items, it could be a cup of coffee, a cupcake, or pastimes, we might not know what to do with ourselves if there's no coffee one day, no cupcakes, you know what I'm saying, or no pastimes that we enjoy. But you can find everything that is most deeply meaningful in and beyond this world in the moments of stillness, where you're still and you're at one with your creator, with source, with our creator, with source. I don't say this religiously, I say this spiritually, because the creator has many names, quite obviously. It seems obvious to me all around the world, and different belief systems of how people approach the divine. And some people prefer to say source. It's really up to you. And what's most important is that it's authentic, what's coming from you and what you believe. And you'll know that in your soul. You know what I mean? You'll know because you feel like you're at home. It doesn't have to be fear charged. No one has to make you feel fear, right? To be in a certain belief. This world is where a lot of the stress has been. And when we talk about where, source, where we descend from, because we obviously, to descend, we came from up higher to be descendants. The higher harmonic is where the love is. And sometimes it, like we are speaking about a bravery, especially having passed through an earth plane journey, at times where maybe it was more so cold, to come into a bravery, to be accepted and to open to love, but also to embrace some of the lessons that happen down here. It is important to have boundaries, and it is important to be in your wisdom and embrace your wisdom as well. There's a time, to receive the light, right? And there's a time to turn on the light when you're walking through the dark, when you're walking through unknown territory, or territory that may feel more so uncharted, right? But if we've been in a habit of leading with fear, it can become a very uncomfortable experience. So I hope that you found this helpful. You can break free by making that decision. I give thanks to the divine. I give thanks to Archangel Uriel. Thank you to Natou. Thank you to the ancestors for suggesting that we do this once a month. This, Natou named healing lights. It's beautiful. I love being able to come and to introduce energies in a spirit of service that can be of assistance in this collective. We have passed through some things, y'all, but you know what? This ain't the end of the story. And you know what they say, if it doesn't take you out, it makes you stronger. With that said, thank you so much for tuning in. As a reminder, you can find us at Healing Lights Collective, all one word, on YouTube. We have other energy healing videos for varying purposes. You can read the titles. They may be able to help you in certain ways. We have money Reiki up there. There are a lot of different interesting things. There is Reiki healing that helps with the solar plexus chakra, and plenty of good stuff on there. We also have some collective readings posted, and you can keep an eye on things. If you're looking for notifications of when a video drops for energy healing or further collective readings on the YouTube page, you can subscribe and tick the bell if you want to make sure you get notified, because with YouTube videos, if you don't tick the bell, you may or may not be notified of certain videos. And when we do giveaways and things of that nature, we might call out your name and you might not find out about it, right? If the video didn't come through to your feed. So if you feel like this is content that you would want to be notified upon arrival, then make sure the bell is ticked should you choose to subscribe. If you are looking for private sessions from either of us, the information to connect with us is in the description areas on Healing Lights Collective. You can also visit our link tree, linkttree.com/Healing Lights 1212, like formed as all one word. My website is www.vibegarden.org. And Natou's, I'm going to mention, she'll probably mention it too, I don't know, is www.bynathaliettienne.com. And you can also check out her channel, which is very easy to find from the Healing Lights Collective YouTube page. It is one of the other sites listed as Namsant, and she also posts content there, and she's a very fascinating person. And if you were looking at the products in her shop, wondering if it's worth it, yes, very high quality stuff. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. Stay excellent. Until again, peace.